Okay, so it's 9:15 and we're just going to have a quick meeting. I've given 10 minutes to each of the 5 topics, so let's please keep in time to that.
Sure. Well, first of all, let's cover over the SWOT analysis, which is the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Do you have anything to contribute to that, Nicole, for the strengths?
Sure. I think one of our biggest strengths is we have a lot of knowledge of the island. We know the places. We can take them to places that they've never seen before.
Perfect.
And I think that we're also catering to a known target market because we're students as well. That's great.
Heather, what about for the weaknesses?
Okay, well, we've got to consider time because due to what season it is, we'll have more business and we'll have to cater to what the weather's like. We can't really control if it rains. We can't take anyone out canoeing and stuff. And location, we've got to get to places and stuff like that.
Perfect.
Okay. And the opportunities. So what are we thinking about for opportunities?
One of our opportunities is being able to go through the school and finding the students that are applying from different places and have it on the website and promote it at the school as well.
Yeah, and then the opportunity to expand to just people moving to Victoria or people that even already live here that want to just get a taste of the island.
Right. And for threats?
Competing businesses would definitely be a threat.
Of course.
And there's always a difficulty if tuition fees increase. So parents don't have enough money to make more fun.
Of course.
Okay, so does anybody else have anything else to say, or have we covered strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats all right?
Yeah, no,
I believe so.
sounds good.
Yeah,
It's
great.
10:05 now, so we're all set for time. That was perfect, guys.
Great.
Great.
Okay, guys, we're going to do our environmental scan. So let's start talking about our competitors.
So the big one would be the competitors out in Souk,
Yeah.
the adventure line.
Yeah, I was also thinking of Wild Play, which is in Nanaimo, and they just opened one last year, I believe, in
Right.
Victoria.
Okay, and there's Ocean River Kayaks here too.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, so that's great. Let's move on to the regulatory environment. What do you guys think?
We're definitely going to need to get insurance so that we cover everyone that goes out. It shouldn't be just one basic insurance claim.
I'm going to have to disagree on that. I think there should be more than just one type of insurance to cover our clientele.
Might be easier just having one insurance premium paying rather than paying 3 or 4.
No, because there's going to be a bunch of different things that need to be covered in the insurance. It's just not going to be one type of insurance. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't it make sense for us to discuss this with an expert and go to an insurance broker and actually see what kind of insurance will be required?
That would, yeah, that could actually work.
We could figure out the best way to do it. Okay, good.
Definitely.
Sounds great.
All right, folks, let's talk about the economic environment. Heather, do you have a few points on that?
Well, actually, Jared and I were talking about that just before the meeting, and he had some really good points that we need to discuss, I think. If you want to...
Yeah, for sure. So where I see a potential problem in moving forward is our ability to secure funds as students might be a little bit more difficult than we may have priorly thought. But on a plus side, with our economy slowly seeing an upturn, is that businesses are looking to diversify.
Right.
And they may be willing to start paying us to offer what we intend to.
Yeah, I thought those were really good points.
Okay, so overall a positive is business is diversifying, and a potential difficulty will be securing a loan when we want to get the money, right? So that's good, that's great. And do you think that there's anything else that we should be talking about?
I
see
think
stuff.
they're really... hey guys, I really want to get this meeting done, so if we could just pay attention to what's going on. You guys can watch the video after the meeting, and that'd be great.
Yeah, we're almost done, so
Sure.
that'll be really good.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, thanks.
Sorry, guys.
Looking at the notes from last meeting, there was a bit of a disagreement about the insurance policy and what we were going to go with, but I believe that you looked into it?
Yeah, I met with an insurance broker and they outlined it for us. And from their direction, it seems that we can offer different levels of insurance for different clients depending on what they would like to have. So we can provide, and legally we have to provide from basic insurance all the way up to more detailed, comprehensive insurance. So I thought it was a really good idea, and they seemed to know what they were talking about. So
It does make everything a little bit more complicated, but it does make sense to cover us and have the insurance that we do need, and giving the option to the client is a good thing as well.
Right, the customer should have the choice to pick which insurance package that they want, depending on the risk of the adventure that they're going on.
Okay, so we're gonna go with exactly what
Yes.
the broker said is what works for everyone, and that's perfect. I'll jot that down, and we're all set for the insurance.
Great.
And we will start this meeting here. We have about 5 minutes to finish our topics here.
Cool. So carrying on with the environmental scan, we're going to look at the social aspect of that right now. So Gramel, would you like to kick us off?
Yeah, for sure. Well, to start off with, business will be all year round, so it would be September to September. And it's for everyone. Well, for Victoria, it's all about the outdoor and biking and all that adventure stuff that Victoria is all about. And that's pretty much what that covers.
okay, well, I mean, here's a negative though. Victoria is a really green community. If we thought about how we're dealing with that, I mean, we're driving everywhere, we're taking everybody to these different things. We're spending so much. We're spending so much time, like money, on the food containers that are going to be thrown away, and we're ruining the
Catherine, can you
environment.
just give us 2 seconds there? Okay. So I was just wondering if anybody else had really anything to offer to this conversation other than green.
We should maybe get backtrack to brainstorming ideas, and then we can maybe focus on which ones we're going to really elaborate on.
Okay, all right.
Cool. Well, something that I'd like to bring up is, I know my first university, the freshman 15. That was a big thing. So socially, let's really focus on that. Let's work on getting these university students kind of in an active mentality early with kayaking, with biking, and with all these island adventure tours to really maybe cut that back and really build them as clientele over the next 4 years to hone in on this active living lifestyle.
Great. So just wrapping it up, the main 3 topics we got today are going with the Victoria being exercise, outdoors, Catherine's point being very green, so we're going to focus on that, and then getting the freshman 15, getting them out in the first year and building that business relationship for the next 4 years that they're at college.
Fantastic.
Wonderful. About our technological environment, we came to the decision that we need to kind of decide between a Mac or a PC on which operating system we're going to go with.
Absolutely. So looking at the figures, I believe that we should probably go with the PC, just because what systems that we're going to be utilizing, and with our GPS and with our integrated payment system and with our website, it seems like PC is really going to be the best option to allow everybody to collaborate at once, especially if we're all going to start getting new laptops, and really how we're going to better utilize the technology that we already have.
I don't know. I think that there is a lot of problems with PCs, and I prefer to go with the Macs. There's a lot of viruses with PCs, and they're a lot more complicated. They're harder to understand. People, if we bring new people on board, they won't automatically understand what's going on.
Well, Catherine, you see, that's just always a big misconception of PCs, and that's just not always the case. Everybody likes to kind of dump it on the PC for being, I don't understand, but come on.
It's not true. It's not true. PCs are a lot more difficult, and also in any upgrades, it's harder for people to understand new upgrades to the Macs. To the PCs, and the Macs are a lot easier to understand. When there's upgrades, they build on what was there before, and so people can really.
Come on. But I just don't understand how it's going to work with our technology.
It would work. Small businesses everywhere use Macs. So.
Well, you guys both have great points. However, in most small businesses, they do use Macs. But in our situation, we need a PC due to cost effectiveness and compatibility with the PC, and the technology that we need to use will go with the PC, not the Mac. But
It's going to cost us less money in the long run to run our stuff on a PC.
I guess those are
Well done, team. We came to an agreement without butting heads like we did with the insurance. So well done, and let's move on to the next part.
perfect.
Okay.
Good job.
So we're talking about our natural environment. We've talked about this a bit before. We're trying to figure out what our central location will be, what our target location will be for most most of our tours. So we've come up with 9 ideas. Let's see if we can combine them at all. Can we put Port Renfrew with anything?
Maybe Botanical Beach.
Okay, yep.
Is that
Yeah.
Everybody's okay with that. Cowichan River, it makes sense that it would be with Cowichan Lake, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Cape Scott?
No.
Mount Albert Edward? What a weird name. 10 Island?
And say Gabriel Island.
Sounds
Okay,
great.
great, yep.
Put it together on one little kayaking trip or something.
And then these are connected into Tofino. Does that connect with anything?
No.
No? Okay, so let's go on to the next list we have here. So that's our combinations.
Fantastic.
Everybody needs to vote. So everybody, because there's 6, we need 2 votes for everybody. So silently do that. Okay. We'll call, everybody ready?
Yep.
We'll call numbers and see who voted. Port Renfrew. Cowichan Lake or River. Kayak Islands. Cape Scott. Tofino. And Mount Albert Edward. Great. Okay. So which 2 have the most votes? Great. Okay, so we're going to decide on those. Pick one. Okay, who goes for Port Renfrew? And Tofino. Okay, so it looks like Port Renfrew is the winner with 3 final votes. Great.
Fantastic.
Thanks,